Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a reading for the end of September 2025. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, Two of Cups. This is love, baby. All right, this is the urge to merge. I feel like a lot of you right now are feeling kind of in love with life. You know, I feel like there's this feeling, there's like this weird energy going on where it's like, you know that what you're looking for is also looking for you, and that this union is just about to happen. Okay, some of you are looking for love, romance. It's about your love life. Yes, I feel like you are falling in love. You're meeting that soulmate person. You're finding the one. Okay. For some of you, this is more of a creative thing. Okay, this is kind of like, you know, you're in love with the work that you're doing. You're feeling that creative energy kind of flowing out from you and onto the page or the canvas or to the recording, the camera or the microphone or something. There's a sense of self-care here. There's a sense of love for oneself, self-empathy, self-compassion, and self-care. The Two of Cups is love. Okay, self-love, divine love, platonic love, and romantic love. And I think that for some of you, it's going to be all four. Okay, but take your pick of love, you know, and I think that you're feeling it now. It might be that you're really stepping into a period of time where you love yourself more than you ever have, where you just accept. It's not self-acceptance. It's self-love. Okay, it's radical self-love, where you're really feeling yourself right now. A lot of you, yeah. And I think for some of you, this is going to be self-love, but also it's going to be, you know, let's say love for your family, your friends, your pets, your plants, your people. Really focusing on those bonds and those relationships and those connections. I think for some of you, this is going to be the spiritual love, the spiritual practice, feeling as if you're closer to your beloved than ever before. Yeah. If you're already in a relationship, this card is a deepening and a strengthening of that bond and that intimacy. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. We need some context here. This is a beautiful way to begin a reading. We have a Four of Pentacles. Okay. Might be changes going on in the home. Here's a Ten of Cups, a Three of Pentacles, a Knight of Cups, and the Universe card. We have water and earth, water and earth, water and earth. Okay, earth, 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 water, water, water. Very interesting. There's more water. Ooh, there's the Lover's card. We have some fire now, and we have some more earth. So still a lot of earth and a lot of water. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be one path of love and one path of physical, financial, health, wealth, fitness, finances kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe all the same thing. This may be talking about, look, your relationships are changing and evolving and growing and becoming closer, and your physical, you know, kind of your good fortune in your work or, you know, your school or your physical endeavors, right? You're coming closer to your goals there too. I think a lot of you are starting new relationships and or maybe both, starting new careers or side hustles or financial, you know, investments or new kind of money-making things, new revenue streams, new streams of money and of love, okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with the Eight of Tentacles, our little octopus friend, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments down below the video. Now, as we look around the room, I'm feeling this energy that for some of you, this is about taking what you love and turning it into something real and solid and material, you know, manifesting what you love, bringing it to a solid kind of state. Maybe it's taking your talent and turning it into a business. It's taking your art, what you love, your creativity, what you're passionate about, and thinking, maybe that can be my business. You know, and I think that is such a beautiful thing if you can accomplish that. Finding something that you love to do. You love to play baseball, right? Okay, well, go make some money doing it. You know, you love to create, you love to paint, you love to sing, you love to dance, you love to do a sport, or you love to do jujitsu, or whatever it is. You turn that into a business. Okay, and I think that some of you might be thinking, well, no, I like to keep that stuff separate. You know, I like to make my money doing whatever, and I like to keep what I love, you know, kind of sacred, you know. And so that could be another reason why we have just this split between the water's going this way, okay, the earth is going this way, yeah. And of course, we have our fire and, you know, a little bit of fire. And really just a little bit of major arcana. We have the entire universe, and we have you choosing some aspect of this universe that for yourself. There is this idea of union. You have the urge to merge, and then you have the actual union. This is like you want to unite with something. This is now you are uniting with it. So I feel that kind of a general theme that I'm feeling for most of you is that two things that have been separate are now coming together closer than ever before. And it could be that your love is coming very close to being the business, you know, or your passions in life, your dreams in life, your aspirations, your hope, your wish, your goals are coming very close to being crystallized, manifested reality. That is great good fortune, okay? So we talked about the Two of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of routine. This is a card of structure, manifestation. This is a card of safety, security, and stability. A lot of you are going to get some financial stability that you've been looking for, that you've been working toward. This is now a really good nest egg. This is a really good foundation for a lot of you, okay? I think that this also could be for some of you something related to the home. If there's been some kind of a repair or something that you've been working toward in relation to your home, maybe you're buying a home. Maybe it's the home repair is getting completed, okay? This is a card of earthly power. So it's kind of like it's that security you feel when you know you got some money in the bank. It's that feeling you have when you know that like your body is strong, you have reserves of energy, okay? It is the security that we feel in our routines. When life can get chaotic, which it can, right? Sometimes the only thing we really can do is just stick to our routines. Just go through your day the way you usually do, and like that's something that we can rely on, okay? The Four of Pentacles is a card of resources. So it may be really right now in your life of appreciating your resources, acknowledging them, taking stock, taking inventory of what your resources are. Okay. I think now's a good time for you to focus on your home, your domestic life, the people you live with, where you live, what your living situation is like, what the dynamic is there. This is also a combination of cards that's saying it's time for you to care for your body. It's time for you to nourish your body, love your body, not just tolerate it, but love it, you know? Be in love with yourself, you know? This really, maybe sounds silly, but Really take care of yourself and love yourself and give your body what it needs and pay attention to the needs of your body. And know yourself, know your body, right? Reconnect with our physical world. Maybe it's as simple too as, grounding. Walk barefoot on the grass if you can. Put your hand in some dirt and some water. Feel the warmth of, just something safe. I don't know, your heater or something, right? Turn the heater on in your car and just put your hand in front of it to feel the warmth. Okay, and then maybe the cold too, feel all those things, right? Just kind of get in touch with your senses again. This is a very sensual combination of cards. And it may even be, with your loved ones, it's time for hugs, it's time for cuddling, it's a time for holding hands. Okay, it's a time for physical presence for you. Okay, I think that's going to be of a great benefit for you. The Four of Pentacles is also that card of just like stacking coins. Okay, you're consolidating your resources. You're building up a foundation. You're building up the bank account. You're building up the savings account. You're collecting money. So I think a lot of that is taking place for you, as well as the sort of the Two of Cups separately is kind of more intimacy in your life. Getting closer with the people that matter to you, spending time with the dog, spending time with the kids, and visiting loved ones maybe that you haven't seen in a while. Okay, I think that maybe you're inviting people over to your house, and this could be kind of some hospitality. It could be that you want to appreciate the people in your life, so you're going to gather at your place for snacks and movies or something. You know what I mean? This could be Netflix and chill, but a lot of closeness, right? A lot of strengthening the bonds with people in your life. I feel that this is, very much it's saying you love something, okay? You love something and you want something so bad, you're willing to work hard to make it real, okay? So I think for everybody out there, what you love right now, you need to put in the work. Yeah, you have been putting in the work. We got a Three of Pentacles back here. This is the card literally called work. You've been putting in the work for something that you love, and I feel like it's time to reap those rewards. It's time to celebrate that. It's time to continue doing the work. But I think that it's time to, it's time to take stock and to appreciate and recognize your accomplishments, celebrate your wins. Okay, I feel like there is a really big harvest coming in for you, and the Three of Pentacles is showing the work that you've been putting in. It's Mars and Capricorn, and of course we have the Sun in Capricorn. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn power card. I would watch the Capricorn reading if I were you. But I think what it means is that you've done what it takes, okay? And you're going to continue to do what it takes to get to your goals. This is you putting in that work, climbing that mountain. This is you doing it for the right reasons, okay? This is the card of blood, sweat, and tears, okay? So I think that you've sacrificed a lot. You've given a lot of yourself to your work. And when I say work, I just mean whatever your goals, wishes, ambitions, whatever your dreams are, you put in the work, okay? I don't just mean your job or for money or something. Relationships, right? Everything that you care about requires work, requires, let's say, maintenance. That's kind of why I get that house vibe. It's like maybe you're doing maintenance on the house or repairs to the house. You love it. You're going to take care of it. This is you taking care. Okay, putting in the blood, sweat, and tears into something because you love it. Yeah. This is also a card of cooperation. Okay, it's the cooperation not only between you and people in your life, it's a cooperation but within you. Your body, your heart, and your mind, they need to be really in it. Okay. And the one energy we're kind of missing in the reading, right, is going to be that air energy. I feel as if I just did a private reading for someone that was also a Scorpio, and they had a lot of swords. Okay, so I kind of got this feeling like Scorpio's kind of in this overthinking kind of energy, or they have been, or some of you have been really like overthinking it, where it's just like your body and your heart are in it, but your mind is just like, I don't know if this is, I'm getting discouraged. And then of course the heart and the mind start to affect each other, you know. But I think that this is now maintaining that balance where you realize that your mind's got to stay positive, your heart's got to stay connected, and your body's got to stay strong and continue to do the work, you know. I think a lot of you have recently received some kind of praise or accolades for a job well done, okay? Or that is energy that's coming in very soon, okay? Because I feel that in a way, this kind of recognition, I almost feel like this is you being singled out for a job well done. It's kind of giving you a little bit of encouragement to start new things, okay? We have the Knights up here, which I feel like a lot of you are beginning new relationships or are beginning new financial endeavors, side hustles, maybe even just a new job, a new career, kind of saying, you know what, I'm going to follow my passion and I'm going to start doing something that I really love and I really care about. And that's how I'm going to earn my way through life. That's how I'm going to build my future. Okay. I think a lot of you are questioning some of this Three of Pentacles, like all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into things in the past. Okay. It's kind of like, did you love those things? You know, all those parts of you that you gave to something, was it worth it? Okay? Because I feel like if you have this kind of a willingness to give, right, to sacrifice and to put in the blood, sweat, and tears, you know, imagine how great it will be if it's something that you really, truly love and care about more than anything in the world, you know? I almost feel like, you know, there's this energy of somebody that is trying to do a good job at their employment, but they don't really feel it. They're not connected with their work. They don't love their work. Are they really going to do everything it takes to succeed? Well, yeah, a lot of people will. And maybe you don't have to love your work, but you have to connect with some purpose. You may not love the job you have, but you love what it can do for you. You love the fact that it's providing you some kind of a stability so that you can support your life or your family. And there has to be that connection with why. And the water energy to me feels like the why we do the things we do. Okay, what is the motivation for you putting in all this work that you have been? Okay, now under the surface, 10 of Cups, bliss. Okay, the 10 of Cups to me is an overflowing abundance of emotion, okay? And sometimes it can be tears of joy. It can be, we're so overwhelmed with life that we just can't contain our feelings, okay? This is also a card of satiety. It's a real satisfaction. So I think for a lot of you, there is this kind of contentment that's coming over you that for at least for the moment, life is great. Life is good. I don't need anything right now. You know, I think that it's I think that it is a contentment or it's kind of a peacefulness. You know, it's a serenity. I think maybe that's what I'm looking for. Where we feel like life couldn't really get any better. Yeah. I think for a lot of you, this is the realization that the dream is coming true. You know, the 10 of Cups to me can be like happily ever after. It can be, you know, the dream life of becoming real. Yeah. And I think a lot of you are starting to get a vision here that's kind of saying like, my dream life can come true. I think you're starting to see signs of that. you're starting to see that like that perfect life that you want. Okay, now it's not about perfection, but it's kind of, this is the ideal life. This is how we want our life to feel. I think you're understanding that this is really possible for you. Okay, maybe it's a good thing we don't have any swords cards, because I feel that like you don't want to question, you don't want to doubt, you don't want to have any kind of an over-analysis of things. You just want to say, look, this is how I want my life to feel. It's going in that direction, and I want to keep it going in that direction. I don't want to think about it too much. It's kind of like, once we start overthinking it, we kind of fall from that height. And I think right now we're trying to keep ourselves really like just positive and optimistic and believing in the dream. Okay, believing in the dream. And I think whatever dream you have, whatever your goals are in life, I feel like if you give it everything you've got, you can achieve it. And I think you're getting confirmation from the world around you that that's true. Because I think good things are happening in your life. Okay. The Ten of Wands, I'm thinking of the Ten of Wands, but the Ten of Cups is sometimes an emotional overwhelm. Okay? So sometimes it's kind of like we can't contain any more joy, right? We can't feel any more of our feelings because it's just too much. I think for some of you, there's been situations in your life where you have been you've been kind of the rock for everybody, right? Where like everybody kind of needs your stability. And so maybe you're like an empath. I feel that you tend to take on the emotional weight of a lot of people around you. And it's kind of like you've been the type of person to keep everybody else optimistic and motivated and happy and and it's been a lot of weight to carry. I feel like something in your life is becoming more balanced. I feel like your relationships now are very reciprocal. So I feel like you're not the one now responsible for everybody else's feelings or carrying the weight of everybody's emotions. Does that make sense for you? I feel overjoyed with this card. I feel like the primary energy here is that things are coming in for you. That there is this harvest kind of energy. There is this win. I mean, what is a 4 plus a 2, right? It's a 6. And 6 is that harmony and that beauty and that joy. Okay. I feel if we look at the vertical pillar here, we see that there is the emotional risk taking. I feel like a new relationship is kind of getting off the ground here for some of you. And it may be that you've had this ideal picture of what you want your, let's say, love life or family life to look like. And I feel like the Knight here is taking a risk on that. I feel like you're beginning something new that is just saying, you know what, this is my dream and I gotta pursue it. Okay. Now, I don't think this is just the relationships either. I think that this is whatever your dream in life is. Even if it has to do with the pentacles and a business or some kind of a creative project or some kind of, life goals. I feel that this is you kind of blasting off now with this kind of passion and emotional risk-taking. And it's kind of like, if I want to have this 10 of Cups in my life, I've got to go for it. Yeah, there's a real go for it kind of energy in your reading right here. And on the horizontal pathway, it basically is the hard work that you've been putting into something is paying off. There is this kind of restoration energy. There's this kind of return on your investment. There's a solidification, an accumulation, okay, that really is open-ended. There is no limit. With the universe card here, there's no blockages. Okay. I think that a lot of your goals now are being reached, and I think you're beginning something new. I'm feeling that in a big, big way. The Eight of Wands too, kind of suggesting that we are being inspired to set out on a new endeavor, a new path. Maybe it's a new job, new career, new relationship. Maybe it's a side hustle. You're kind of taking this new inspiration and you're running forward with it. Okay, now's the time perhaps to start new things, not just random things, not just dabbling in things. I'm just kind of curious. No, it's like new passions. It's like new commitments. It is something that is not supposed to just be a temporary flash in the pan. You're beginning something that you at least want them to be long term. Okay? Now, a lot can happen between now and forever, right? But it's starting something with the intention of it being semi-permanent, something that is going to be in your life for a long time. And the Ten of Cups too, right, is kind of saying like, it's not just supposed to be an affair or some kind of a fling. It's supposed to be long-term. The plan, anyway, is that it's going to be in your life forever. Okay. The Knight of Cups here, I think that you are very expressive of your emotions. I feel like you like to show love. You like to give affection and receive affection. I feel like a lot of you are experiencing more kindness from the world around you. I feel like, just strangers, random people, I think, are just kind of taking notice of you and being more kind to you, doing nice things for you just randomly, right? Little things. And I think that, you're feeling that energy. I think that you're also somebody that does small kindnesses for people. Okay? And I think there's going to be a lot more of that. I really feel that there's this emotional investment in other people that's taking place. And I think it works both ways. I think what you're investing in emotionally is also investing in you emotionally. Okay? Friends, family members, new relationships, and that sort of thing. I feel like this is you taking a risk on your heart, taking a risk on love. Yeah. And a lot of you, this is your love life. Okay? This is romance for a lot of you. In the future position, of course, we've got that universe card. There is no limits on you right now. There is no fixed timeline. It's an open-ended duration. Whatever you are committing to, you have the option of doing it for a long time, as long as you want. Okay? So it really is, it's kind of proportional to your hard work. It's kind of saying, well, you can do this for the rest of your life if you want. This can be a forever relationship. It's just a matter of how much work you're willing to put into it. Okay? So I think you're entering into new things with the understanding that it can be as big as you want it to be. It can extend as far into time, into the future as you want it to be, as you want it to go. Okay? And it's just, it's a matter of how much you're willing to invest in that and do the work. Yeah. We have a Six of Cups as your general energy right now, and this is family. This is community. I think there's a shift toward community and family for you. I think there's an emphasis on those things in your life, and there's an emphasis on the home. There's an emphasis on the people in your home. Who do you live with? Okay, who are those people, and what is the nature of your relationship? And how can you strengthen your relationship? How can you put in the work to strengthen the bond that you have with the people? Now, I say in the home, or people that are close to you. They don't have to actually live with you, but the people in your inner circle, your close friends and family members, right? Your loved ones. And then we extend that out to the neighborhood, to the community that you live in, to the larger world. What is your relationship with the universe itself? What's your relationship with your neighbors? What's your relationship with, people on the other side of the world, let's say? And this is that card of kind of like, really with this card, to me, this is we're all in this together. So it's a focus on mutual love and support and affection and kind of valuing the people in our life and showing that kind of appreciation for the people that are in our lives. I think a lot of you are perhaps planning for or will be attending some kind of a reunion, a family reunion, or even a family gathering. Okay. I think that this might be a reestablishment of some peace and harmony in the home after a period of discord. Okay. Some of you are just kind of getting over some kind of a fight or some kind of friction in the home, and things are going to be returning to a peacefulness for you. Okay. The Lover's card here in your relationships, yeah, this is you saying yes to a lot of things, at least to, I think at least two very important things are getting your full attention. We can't really commit to too much more than that. See, the Eight of Wands is up here too, which shows a scattered energy. It also shows things happening very quickly. So I feel that there is there's a sense of urgency coming into your life where you're going to be starting new things sooner rather than later, and I think they're going to move very quickly. Okay, the Lover's card is a card of choice. It's a card of saying heck yes, 1,000% to something, and it really is that choice to unite. This is the urge to merge. This is you leaping into that situation, and this is that marriage, right? And I don't know that, for some of you, if that's what your goals are right now, I feel like you are going to meet that one person, and it is going to happen very, very quickly, and you are going to want to spend the rest of your life with them, okay? I feel like that is something that's happening for some of you. Some of you are already in a relationship, and this energy is going to be focusing on those little things that mean so much, and that will strengthen that relationship, and that will improve the relationship, and will bring about more closeness and more intimacy. And I feel like that's what this card is all about. It's about like renewing the vows. It's like it's becoming closer with the things that you really love. The people, right? The places, the things. I feel like this is also, could be, for some of you, the marriage between what you love and what pays you. Okay? I feel two distinct threads here. One is the heart, the love energy, the community, the family, and the other one is the financial stuff. I feel like your financial situation is really, it's going to really take off. Okay? This might be the marriage between your art and your business, kind of joining forces, what you love and what's going to make money, coming together. But this card definitely is you recommitting yourself to the love, the self-care, the divine love, platonic love, romantic love, right? Family, all that stuff. Recommitting yourself to love, and also recommitting yourself to your financial well-being, to the work that you're doing in life. Okay? Recommitting yourself to your goals, all of them. Okay? Choosing them, letting them know that you would choose them again and again and again. Yeah. Excuse my voice, I'm still getting over a bit of a cold. The Eight of Wands that we see here, this could be anyway, scattered energy. We can't commit to too many things at once. I think that for some of you, it's been feeling like you've been pulled in two different directions. This is energy that's kind of trying to spread out too much, whereas what we have here is union. We want to bring things together. We want closeness. We want our two paths, our love life and our career, let's say, our family and our fortune here. We want those to be parallel paths, if not the same united path. This is where it feels like your love life's going one way, but your career is going the other way. Okay, or that your passions and your love interests in life are incompatible with your financial goals. Okay. I think this is the energy you don't want, right? And so we have, again, this kind of idea of bringing things together and finding union. The Eight of Wands is also a card of very quick-moving energy. This is sometimes my card of like throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay, I think you know what sticks. I think you're not in this experimental mode anymore. That's why this card is in this position. It's not a time for experimenting. It's not a time of searching around and exploring different pathways. I feel like you know what you want. And you know what's kind of in your heart. You know what kind of life you want to build. And it's a matter of committing to those things. So it's kind of like picking the path out of all these paths and saying, that's the one, and that's where I'm going to go, and that's what I want to do. There's no doubt. Okay. I also feel that you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself lately. And I think, again, it's a good time for that self-care reminder. Okay. Putting this pressure on yourself, I think, is you've been pushing yourself pretty hard. Okay. Which, it's a good thing. It's paying off. Okay, but just don't let this get too extreme to where you kind of burn out or you kind of lose your voice, right? We have also the Knight of Pentacles. I feel that a lot of you are starting that new income stream. You're starting that new project that's supposed to really bring in some money. You're starting that new job. You're starting the new side hustle. You're building something. You're working on something that you're going to sell. Right, something along those lines. The Knights to me are always like how we're beginning something. Okay, we're ready to invest our energy into something of a financial nature. Okay, just as you're ready to invest yourself into something of an emotional nature. These may be the very same path. They may be separate. They may be parallel paths. But this, I think, is continuing on our horizontal kind of trajectory, and it kind of looks like there's a steep curve here, right? Earth, 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 and then whoa, suddenly skyrocketing success. I think that what you've been working on in your life, you've been kind of slow and steady with the business stuff or with the finances, right? The curve, it's going to start going, the line's going to go straight up. Maybe it's been just relative success. It's been kind of, the same. It's going to shoot up real quick. It's going to be a really steep curve. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card here before I fully lose my voice. I'm just very excited about this reading. I think this is awesome energy. I think great good fortune is in store for you. And the mystery card might be the Empress. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. It's another Knight of Cups. There is that emphasis on the water energy. There's an emphasis on the beginning of this new passion, this new relationship, this new sense of purpose, maybe, or this new operation of love. Setting out on a new quest that is filled with passion and joy and love, and it may have to do with the work thing too. It may be the same path, yeah. But I feel like you're beginning something that is really feels like it's a quest for the Holy Grail. It feels like you know exactly what this is, and there's no hesitation. When you feel it, if it's like love at first sight, and you're just going to leap into it. Okay. I feel like this. I feel like this is you kind of like bringing your heart to somebody, bringing your heart or something. That you're kind of like you're taking that risk. You're taking your heart and you're saying, this is me, and I'm being vulnerable here, and maybe this is about you having your talent, your hidden talent or your gift, and you're bringing it to the world. You're kind of you're cooking the gumbo, you're making the crab curry here, and you're giving it to the world. You're saying, I'm gonna do it. Okay, maybe this is your art, your creativity. If it is, it's gonna be successful. It could be that you're taking your your skill, your talent, your art, and you're going professional with it. Okay? A lot of really good things happening right now for you. And we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, we're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio, Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.